cost?
Kenya shillings is 2,000 whenever we have a conversation.
So
Yes.
I can get how much I can get how much it is. Is it expensive?
Yeah, it is. It is
Oh.
expensive. If you don't get a Wi-Fi, a place where there is Wi-Fi, then you have to get money from your pocket to continue. That you use for calling. So I put the credit for calling or communicating to somebody. So that is what I use.
Okay. All right. Thank
Yes.
you. We better hurry, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I was asking differences between education willing of education between young women with disabilities and old women with disabilities.
Most of young women with disabilities have attained maybe primary education and secondary. But the old,
a lot, right?
yeah, and the old, it's a challenge. You find that somebody reached class 3, did not even finish primary education, and is old. So what they do adult education. Yeah.
So kind of
To know how to write and read for simple communication. Then most of them you find in vocational training centers. Yes.
All right, thank you. And for next question, you already mentioned about difficulties of girls with disabilities on education, like mobility, accessibility, and a high cost for education, right?
Yes.
Can you say more? Can you tell us more about it?
Can I say more about that?
Yes. The difficulties of girls with disabilities on education.
One, accessibility, mobility that enables them access the place for education. If you can't get calipers, you can't get crutches, you can't get hearing aid, you can't get white cane, you can't get a braille machine for the visual impaired, if you can't get sunscreen lotion for people with people with albinism, they normally get sunscreen lotion so that they don't get skin cancer. Yeah, if you are not able to get this, it's a challenge for you to carry on with your education. The other thing is when you come from a poor family, paying school fee, educating a person with disability is damn expensive in Kenya. Because you have to pay for their walking aids. You have to, the child has to stay in school, in a boarding school. Yeah. And most of their parents are poor.
And what about this? Okay, sorry. Can you continue?
The other thing is about attitude. Discrimination from the families or the society. Somebody prefer to educate other children without disability and leave this one with disability. Yeah. So that is also an issue that needs to be addressed. Then the scholarship that the government gives is little. And there are so many people that needs it. So you find you're given small, but it's not enough for everybody. So in other places where people come from the rural area, yeah, grassroots area, they are not able to get it. Yes. So in this case, we need to have policies that addresses that. Then we also need to partner with other people to support. Yes.
And what about the status of special schools?
Yes, in Kenya we have special schools in Kenya, and they're expensive. The special schools, they're expensive, and others that are now coming up from different counties, they need to be developed. Yeah, to fit the environment the needs of these people with disabilities, especially women with disabilities. So, like there is one in my county that is for people with hearing impairment and physical disability, but it's still under it's not developed. There are some that are developed within the county, but educating a child there is expensive. So some parents cannot afford to pay the school fee, and therefore their children stay at home. And you also find people hiding their children, not allowing them to go to school simply because of poverty, and they might also be arrested. So in a house, you find the door is always locked, yet a person with disability is hidden there.
So,
yes.
I wonder, are they, I mean, in your country, do you have a kind of school from government, like paying for
yes,
the
we do.
education fee?
We have, but not for people with disabilities. We have free primary education, but not for the special schools.
And I wonder if not of them, any of them, none.
None of the special schools are free education.
Okay.
It's for those who it's for public schools without disabilities.
Okay.
Yes.
That's the hard part. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for answering and explanation.
Yeah.
And for the last, have any news or activities from your side?
So far, we've been able to take some children to school. Those who finished class 8, we've given them support.
Wow.
In terms of school fees to school. We've given them mobilities. We got some mobilities from some people, and we've given out. We are now in the process of voter registration in Kenya, and we've given out money for people with disabilities to be carried from their homes to the voting registration center, because if they vote, if they get the cards to vote, that is when they will get the change they need. And that is their voice. It's their democratic right to participate in voter registration and in voting. It's also important sensitizing them. We've done through local FMs to allow them not queue when they go for voter registration, and also organizing for identification card, national identification card for people with disabilities, so that they are known, a symbol to show that you are a Kenyan. This also, you cannot open a bank account without an ID. You cannot do any business in Kenya without an ID as a Kenyan.
Of course.
So that one now gives them the authority as Kenyans. Though that is ongoing even now. We've also encouraged the community, that the program that is ongoing, encourage the community to take their children for immunization, so that their children don't become disabled. We are working on a policy to put footbridges in different places, so that we reduce the number of accidents that now contribute to more people with disabilities. And lastly, we are now in the process of being active in politics, so that we find some women with disabilities to go for elective position, to be elected as member of parliament, at the Senate, women representative, county assemblies, because that is where the policies are made. So if we have our own representatives in those places, then our voice will be heard. Then if we also have women who are educated with disabilities, then in all the decision-making desks, our voice will be there. So we are encouraging women with disabilities to go to school. Yeah, improve their educational level to the next level, to diploma. We are looking to have 30 women with disability, our target in Kisumu, to go to school and get diploma and degree. So, and we are looking for people who can sponsor some more women to go to school before next year, because our election is next year. So we want them to get the certificates before next year, and they can run for presidency, governor, and different positions.
Wow. I'm so happy about to hear all the news. Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really huge.
Yeah, so if you get people who can sponsor some women with disabilities to go to school, to uplift their educational standard, the better for us, because that one we will have a better country, and we will also be in the decision-making desk as women with disabilities.
But participation in politics way is important. Yes.
Yeah, very, very key.
I have a question about the ID card. Oh, hello. Hello?
Your question about?
About ID card.
Come again?
Isn't it common having an ID card for women with disabilities?
Come again? Okay. You are not clear.
Isn't it common having an ID card for women with disabilities?
Is it what?
I mean, you mentioned about getting the ID card, right?
Yes.
I want to know the background of that activity. Why? It means lots of people with disabilities can have ID card right now, right?
Yes. Now we want them to have the ID cards. For one, for you to have land or own any property in Kenya, you must have an identification card.
So no identification card usually for women with disabilities?
There is an identification card, but as year go, year come, young people grow, become elderly. Yes. So the new ones, they get that.
Okay.
Yes, and for those who've been hidden in the homes, we also encourage the parents to bring them out to get the cards and also have a voice.
Okay, now I got it, really.
Yes, sure.
Thank you for all explanation for today.
Sure.
And I hope I can see you next month again.
Thank you, Mom. Say hi to everybody, and God bless you.
Thank you. God bless you. And you're so admirable.
Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Mom. We are there for one another. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.